Hello there.
General Kenobi, what's that in your trench coat?
Oh, this? I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yes. So we watched episode 4 of Kenobi. I didn't check, but I'm assuming it's cleverly titled Part 4,
Yes, I think.
as is the pattern here for this season.
Yeah.
Uh so this was a episode of
This
a
was a
show.
wild ride.
This was
Wild.
something.
Yeah.
So this episode begins where the last one left off. Kenobi's wrecked.
Yes.
He just got dragged through a pit of fire and nearly killed by his old apprentice,
Yes.
who he's been having PTSD over for the last decade.
Mm-hmm.
And so they put him in a bacta tank, and he stays in the bacta tank for all of about 4 seconds before he jumps out and is miraculously cured of
I know.
all of his PTSD and physical injuries.
Yes.
And he wants to know where Leia is. And as you recall from last time, Reva teleported across the other side of the tunnel and kidnapped Leia.
Yeah, it seems like this show has a lot of teleportation. She was just appearing out of nowhere.
Right. So Reva kidnapped Leia by teleportation in the previous episode. And so she has Leia on the Inquisitor base.
Yes.
Which is like a big black Dorito in the
Yeah, with no shielding whatsoever. Because they even make a point of it, because they're like, no one's too stupid to actually fight this place.
Right. Because it's so intensely guarded.
Yes.
It's impossible to get in and out.
Yes.
So Obi Wan decides to go on a basically is supposed to be a suicide mission.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a suicide mission. I think they even say Wade even says that. I think he's like,
Wade,
that's a suicide mission.
Wade,
the most important,
the expert, Wade. Yeah, he says it's a suicide mission, and then Kenobi says, actually, it's going to be super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Yes.
So they have Empire woman Tala, I think is her name.
Yeah, I think it's Tala.
Okay, so the Imperial officer who was the informant or whatever from the previous episode, she still has active clearance code for some reason. Even though she said that they saw her in the previous episode.
Saw her go in that little at the end of the path or whatever, that base or the Jedi base or whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, her clearance codes are still intact. So she goes to the base. They sneak in with like a shuttle, which is kind of the go-to thing to do in Star Wars. And she goes into the base and she shows the guy her ID.
Actually, thinking about it, she comes in the shuttle. Does she like drop Obi Wan off in the water?
Yeah, she
just like let him
just open
push him out because he doesn't come in from it. He's like swimming in the ocean.
You're right.
He just pushes her out.
She just hit his eject button on his seat and launched him into the ocean.
Like great.
Yeah, you're right, because he's just swimming around the ocean for some reason. And so she shows them the ID. The guy's like, this code doesn't check out or whatever, and she's like, I'm your superior officer. It's like, but are you though? Like, are you even supposed to be on this base?
Yeah, they even make a mention of it. They're like, this isn't your quadrant. Why are you here?
Why are you here? You're not supposed to be here at all. But anyway, she just sits down at a terminal somewhere, and everybody's like, why are you here? And she sits down at a terminal and she starts talking into her comlink, which is when Kenobi swims into the base because she opens a door to let him in. She's talking into her comlink. There's like another officer 6 feet away from her who's looking right at her.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, the base is clear. It's time you can sneak in now. I opened the door for you.
Yeah, and the guy's just staring at her.
Like the access code is 110. But yeah, it's like he's very obviously talking to somebody on the comm link who's not another officer or soldier.
Yeah.
So Kenobi sneaks in. He like chokes out a stormtrooper and drowns the guy.
Yeah, that's actually another thing I didn't understand. Is like, what's the purpose of that room exactly? It's
Yeah,
just like it's attached to the ocean.
There's a hole that leads to the ocean.
It's like okay, that doesn't make it. It's like you're thinking they built this place. And didn't they have like the same thing with like maybe it's the budget cuts that like the General Palpatine's
It's budget constraints.
Yeah, that's like extended universe. Maybe that's not around anymore.
Oh man,
They just have it attached to the ocean.
Yeah, there's just a hole that leads to the ocean.
Like okay,
it's like the war on a submarine or something.
Yeah.
So Kenobi sneaks in. He's like dodging these seeker droids or whatever, which are like I guess like an indoor version of the probe droid. And he's trying to find Leia. And Leia is being interrogated by Reva. So we get everybody's two favorite characters get a lot of screen time together.
Yeah.
Where you get to see Leia interact with Reva. Reva's like trying to use her force powers to like get the information out of Leia, like Kylo Ren did to Rey.
Yeah,
but it's not working because Leia is so incredibly powerful with the force.
Yeah, no. She shielded her mind.
Yeah, and she's like, "Is this a staring contest?"
Yeah, no. I don't know, but like Leia's character is written so weirdly. I was like, I don't know, she's just really annoying to me.
Yeah. But Reva should know that if she's so powerful that she can't break her, why didn't you test her for force powers? Isn't that what you're supposed to be doing as an Inquisitor?
Yeah, that is true.
Capturing Jedi.
Like there's something odd about just a random person or a random kid, like 9-year-old
kid can block her out of her mind.
Like a grown adult's force powers.
Yeah. I was like, what? And like stuff happens later on, but anyway, she gets the droid Lola.
Yeah.
And Lola becomes important later on.
Yeah.
But back to Kenobi. Kenobi's sneaking around. He's like taking out stormtroopers and stuff. And it's very much like A New Hope with Obi Wan Kenobi sneaking around the Death Star.
Yeah.
But worse in every conceivable way.
Yeah. It's the Aldi brand version of it.
Pretty much. Reva gets pissed off at Leia and then takes her into like the heavy duty interrogation room.
Yeah.
With like the droids and stuff that are like gonna make you talk. And Kenobi's like, okay, you need to distract Reva, says to Officer Lady. So Officer Lady tells somebody else to go tell Reva that it's super important and you need to come right now.
Yeah.
And then so Reva does, and then Officer Lady informs Reva where the base is. Did she tell her where the real base is?
Yeah, I think she might have. Like, I think she was like, it's on Forda now or what. I don't know what she was talking about, but she's like, it's on Forda now. Yeah. I'm a spy. Like, I'm a spy.
Like, yeah, she's like, I'm a spy. And the base is here.
I wonder if she actually probably is like an actual spy. She's a double crossing agent.
Great.
Actually, thinking about it, probably is.
In the meantime, my favorite scene happens. So the entire room goes pitch black.
Yeah.
Kenobi comes. This is actually a really cool scene where Kenobi like ignites his lightsaber, just kills this one stormtrooper, and then just like disappears into the darkness.
Yeah.
It's like a ninja in the shadows. And so this other stormtrooper just witnessed his buddy get murdered by a Jedi who's not only just any Jedi, this is Obi Wan Kenobi.
That's fucking Obi Wan Kenobi.
One of the greatest Jedi who ever lived. And you probably have spent your entire life fearing the Jedi. You've probably never seen a real one before.
Yeah.
And this guy's balls grew 10 sizes that day. Because he's just like screaming into the night, there's no escape. Give up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
What stormtrooper is like, there's no way out. And then Kenobi just kills him.
Yeah, I know. It's like, what are you talking about? You just saw him over there.
It's like we need to all take a pause for a moment of silence for the greatest hero the Empire has ever known.
Yeah.
This one stormtrooper who thought he could take on Obi Wan Kenobi by himself.
Actually, this episode, all the stormtroopers, like, can they not see? Like,
No.
can they not see? They have
can't.
eyes?
They apparently can't, because there's a scene where Kenobi crawls into like a side duct to avoid
Yeah, I know.
two stormtroopers, but you see their legs. They're
Yeah.
already in the hallway looking right at him,
Yeah.
and they don't see him.
They're like, this place gives me the creeps. The guy's like, this place gives me the creeps.
Yeah, because they can't see out of their helmets.
Yeah. It's like they should have put like some like night vision goggles. I thought their helmets had like technologically advanced. It's like
I don't know
night
what the
vision
point of
goggles.
their helmets are, because at some point a couple stormtroopers are on to Imperial officer lady, and she just bitch slaps one of them with like
Yeah.
a bare hand and knocks him out.
Yeah. Knocks them out through their helmet. It's like great. It's like these stormtroopers, where'd you get these? They're like fresh cadets or something.
He bought them on Wish.
Yeah, got them on Wish.
But anyway, yeah, so Kenobi's sneaking around with Leia in tow now.
Oh jeez.
And he has some cool scenes where he's like deflecting stormtroopers and fighting the droid.
Yeah.
And like he actually tells Leia to like get out of the way or go hide or whatever, and then he like deflects some shots. It was like a video game, which I haven't played Fallen Order, but I hear like this is really close to that.
Yeah.
And that was cool. And Kenobi kind of gets his groove back a little bit. He has a little like flourish, little like twirl with the lightsaber after he takes out the one stormtrooper and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And then they get into this hallway where it's just glass, and like we said, most of this base is underwater.
Yeah.
Kenobi deflects a stray blaster shot, and it hits the glass and it cracks the window.
Yeah.
So you're telling me this base is 80% underwater, but they don't have blaster-proof glass?
It's them budget cuts they have. It's them budget cuts.
So like the whole base is in danger of decompression because a
Yeah.
single blaster hit a wall.
Or like a storm or something. Some errant storm could just hit the window or something and just
Right, it
falls apart.
capsize the entire base.
Yeah.
And then Reva comes down the hallway with like a death trooper and like a squad of stormtroopers.
Yeah.
All right, and they're like storming down the hallway. Then 2 seconds later, the death trooper and the stormtroopers show up, and they're like trying to open the blast door to get the Kenobi.
Yeah.
Where'd Reva go?
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, she like disappeared. She's like leading the charge and then it's disappeared. She used her teleport. She used force
Teleported
teleport.
out there again. And then they're like trying to shoot Kenobi, even though Kenobi's totally occupied trying to keep the whole ocean from coming into the
Yeah.
base.
He's like fighting like 4 things at once, dude. It's like these stormtroopers.
And he's like
Come on.
lazily swinging his lightsaber around like he's swatting mosquitoes or something, and that's enough to stop these stormtroopers from hitting him. And
Yes.
so the Imperial lady comes in, and she's like opens up a blast door, tells Kenobi to run. So that Kenobi like breaks all the other windows, and causes the whole base to flood.
He like force pushes the window and break the other side or something.
Yeah, and then he runs and he makes it through the blast door before it closes.
He's faster than the ocean.
And then we get the best thing that possibly we've ever seen in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So they need to sneak out of a base that's now on full high alert.
Yes,
They're
and it's
very
like-
much aware that Obi Wan Kenobi is on the base.
And it's probably like one of the most secure places in all galaxy, I guess. I'm assuming it's like since it's an Inquisitor base, I'm assuming it's probably high security everywhere.
Right, like Wade told us at the beginning.
Yeah, like Wade. Yeah.
Wade told us. Wade is the most influential character in the whole rebellion.
Yes.
Wade told us that this base is impenetrable. This is a suicide mission.
Yes.
They have no shielding because they don't have to. They're not
Yeah.
afraid. So how is Kenobi going to get Leia out of this base?
Yeah.
They put Kenobi in a trench coat.
Yeah, where did they was this like a random trench coat just laying on the ground?
Where's this trench coat from? I've never seen anybody else wear this trench coat on this base. They give him this floppy, like crappy little hat that doesn't fit.
Yeah, I know.
It's just like laying on top of his
Dick
head
Tracy or something
at an angle. And he smuggles Leia out in his trench coat.
Yes.
He's walking down the corridor with hundreds of stormtroopers around him and Imperial officers walking past him. He's walking along with this little girl sticking out of his trench coat. Like he's got these little feet going alongside him.
Yeah. And she keeps looking outside his trench coat.
She keeps peeking out of the trench coat. There's this massive bulge coming out the side of this man's trench coat.
So everyone's running around.
So either he's walking around. If that's not a person inside his trench coat, what is that supposed to be? Is that a tumor?
Yeah.
Is that a conjoined twin? Like, it's this guy like it's like malignant or something. He's got this other being attached to the side of his body.
Yes.
It's like that episode of the X-Files where that guy has the conjoined twin who like leaves at night to go murder people or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that supposed to be if it's not a person in there? Like,
and no one even questioned it. Like none of the stormtroopers. I guess stormtroopers can. I guess they have a reason because they can't see anything anyways.
Yeah.
So, but the other guys, the officers running around, they looked at him too. I could see a couple people like dodge him running around in that little area, and it's like no one questioned that
they're on high alert, so everybody's just running everywhere.
Yeah,
they're like, there's no order. They're just running all over the place. So they get out. They get out of the base. Yeah. Where they're planning to go, I don't know. They're just walking out the hangar. They're just gonna jump right off the pier or what?
Yeah, I know.
They go out into the hangar, and then all of a sudden Reva's like, traitor or whatever. She's like, was it worth it?
Yeah, was it worth it?
To betray the Empire for an old man and a girl or whatever. And then the officer's like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then so like 1,000 stormtroopers and 3 inquisitors are there and have Kenobi completely surrounded. And then suddenly 2 snow speeders, T-47s, come flying in out of they're warp capable, I guess.
Yeah.
They just come flying in and they wreck the entire base.
Yeah, they literally just blow everything up.
They kill like every stormtrooper on the pier. Like, never mind that when we first saw the base, there were like hundreds of TIE fighters everywhere, like on the hangar.
Yes.
No,
they're not there anymore.
No, they're not there anymore. None of them scramble to fight these 2 speeders.
Yeah, I know.
Reva's out there deflecting turbo lasers with her lightsaber.
Yes.
Which I guess you can do, like some of the more outlandish things in the games, like Force Unleashed and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, you could just do that, and it's like use your force powers to break things apart.
But Kenobi and Tala and Leia, who's still stuffed in his trench coat, all make it to the other snowspeeder, which takes off. And then Wade is there parked, hovering 5 feet in front of Reva, shooting at her repeatedly, and she's blocking everything. She's like swinging her lightsaber behind her back for some reason. And still deflecting all these shots. And then Wade tries to get away, but then the 5th brother shows up and he's like, stop this nonsense, like kill these guys. So either he or Reva throw a common crate
at
this T-47 and it blows it up.
And then Wade dies.
And Wade is lost forever. Yes. So the rebellion took a massive hit that day.
Yes.
We lost Wade.
We lost Wade at that point.
So brace yourselves, everybody.
Yes.
Wade is no longer with us.
Yes.
And that's like a thing at the end. Like they make a whole big thing about Wade, and it's like, who?
We just literally saw him for like 5 minutes.
And it was like, who?
Not
who's
even 5.
Wade?
It was 2 lines. It was like, it's impossible.
Yeah. And then it was totally possible. It was like super easy.
Yeah, it was like super easy. You literally just blew their whole base up with 2 guys.
Yeah. One homeless man who barely has any force powers
Yes.
took out their entire base.
Yes.
And then snuck out with the Princess of Alderaan in his trench coat.
Yeah.
No one noticed.
Yes.
So anyway, the very end, Vader comes back and he's absolutely furious because he just watched the dumbest episode of Star Wars.
Yeah, no. Like, what just happened?
Vader is the audience at this point. He just storms in and chokes Reva and is like, I warned you what would happen if you failed me. And then Reva's like, I let them go on purpose.
Yeah.
And then Vader's like, lets her go. And then she's like, I put a tracker on there.
It's like, I underestimated you.
Yeah, and he's like, I underestimated you. And apparently she put the tracker on Lola, the stupid little like batteries not included droid that Leia has.
It's like that little Lola is gonna be like the downfall of everyone.
And Lola has like, it shows Lola at the end, and Lola's got like the red eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Like C-3PO had when he had Sith programming after Babu Frick reprogrammed him.
So Lola is like a Sith program droid now.
Maybe, well, we didn't see how Reva programmed Lola. Maybe it was Babu Frick.
Actually,
Babu Frick was on the base.
How did Reva give Lola back to her? Like, how did she get that robot back?
I don't know.
I'm actually thinking about it. It's like, how did she get that back?
Because she also said that she put the bug on Kenobi, but she didn't.
Yeah, she put it on the Lola droid.
Lola, which is Leia's droid.
Because she took the droid away from her.
Yeah.
And not like they took any clothes off or anything like that. It's not like they gave her the clothes back.
No, I don't know.
She had it in like her pocket the whole time, and then it somehow, maybe it was not a trench coat. I think it wasn't the trench coat, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it was. Maybe it was in the trench coat. Maybe Reva left the trench coat somewhere for them.
Yeah, Reva left that tracking trench coat just sitting there.
Great.
Because that means that must have been what she did. She must have disappeared to get the trench coat, to put the Reva droid in, knowing that they would come out that one blast door and be sitting there and going to use it to hide Leia. She's like 5D chessing here.
Yeah, she's like 100 steps ahead.
She should have been like a Sith Lord at this point. Jeez, oh man.
Yeah, she's like 15 steps ahead of everybody else. She's like Emperor Palpatine himself.
Yeah, exactly.
She's playing every side against each other, just like he did in the Clone Wars. Yeah,
that doesn't make any sense either, because they got the Lola droid somehow for no reason at all.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so final verdict on part 4.
I'm probably gonna give it like probably 4.5 at least.
4.5. Yeah,
So
I'm gonna
4.5 to 5 maybe.
I'm giving it's a 4 for me.
Yeah, it's not.
This episode was trash.
I mean, it was enjoyable because it was funny.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's funny because it was enjoyable. When it's like when your Star Wars show is like enjoyable because it's like doesn't make any sense.
No, it's like a comedic. It's comedic gold.
Yeah.
But what's it doing in my Obi Wan Kenobi show?
Yeah, I know, especially when Obi Wan Kenobi is supposed to be like kind of a serious show.
And there's only 6 episodes.
Yeah, one of them was, and it's like a short episode too. It's like 30 minutes or something.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes. So yeah, they got to wrap this up in 2 episodes. So one of 2 things could happen next episode. One of 2 things could happen next episode. Either we get the flashback stuff we should have got this time.
Yeah.
Because Kenobi didn't heal. He jumped in the back to tank and he jumped back out again.
Yeah, because it was like, oh, we need to go save Leia.
Right. And now Leia's safe. So he should go back in the back to tank, and then we could get the flashbacks that we should have gotten.
Yeah.
Or, and this is probably what they're actually going to do because Disney Plus and Kathleen Kennedy or whatever, we end up getting a whole episode dedicated to Reva because they're going to reveal the Grand Inquisitor is still alive at some point.
Yeah, they're going to have to.
And that's going to make for a real super awkward day at the office because whenever you have a job and you decide that you don't like your boss, so you stab him in the stomach.
Yes.
And then he comes back the next day while you're at the office. That's going to be super awkward.
Yeah.
So, like, he's going to definitely say something.
Yeah. Probably
then,
even try to torture her or something.
Right. Yeah. And then Reva's going to get found out, and then she's going to get tortured. And then while she's getting tortured, we're going to get flashbacks. We're going to get flashbacks of Reva when she was a youngling or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we'll find out what her motivation is and like all this other stuff.
Yeah, why she hates Obi Wan Kenobi so much.
Right. And why. And then in episode 6, they'll have the big fight with Vader because they'll follow the tracking device.
Yeah.
And then there'll be the big fight with Vader. And then Kenobi will fight Vader. Kenobi will be evenly matched with Vader. Vader will get the upper hand. And then how much you want to bet Reva jumps in the middle of it and turns the tide in Kenobi's favor?
Probably. That's probably what's going to happen.
Great.
Because since I know they're talking about the second season thing, but they already have this made. So it's going to be like a season that's going to be ending.
Yeah.
So they can't do it towards like leeway unless they did reshoots or something, but I don't think they did.
Well, allegedly they changed the ending of the series.
Oh, they changed the ending. Okay.
But I don't know if that's true or not. That's like conjecture or rumor or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, this is like a 4 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
This is a massive downgrade in quality.
And then another thing that kind of doesn't make any sense is like, I guess this would make sense of the guy. Like, I didn't know what it was like with the tomb or whatever.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah, it's like, what the heck was that supposed to be?
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like Kenobi sneaks into this one area. He's trying to find Leia, and he finds all these Jedi like trapped in amber.
Yeah,
like the mosquito in Jurassic Park.
Yeah. It's like, is that a tomb or is it like a trophy room or something?
Like, I don't know. I guess like what you were saying is like maybe they're extracting the DNA.
Yeah,
like the midichlorians or something.
I was reading something about that. I guess in like one of the games, either Fallen Order or I think it might have been Fallen Order. They said it was like they have something like that in that game where it's like it's extracting the midichlorians or something out of Jedi, or they need them for midichlorians.
So it is the mosquito from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, pretty much. To make more Palpatines, I guess, or maybe
make more Snokes. They're cooking up Snokes in their pickled Snokes in their lab.
Yes. So it's like And the funny thing is he has like the youngling and it's like in his training robes.
What's the deal with the youngling? There's like a 9-year-old youngling in the training robes with like the hat and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, has he just been there since Order 66? Like,
yes. They literally walked in, Anakin stabbed him and took him away.
Anakin took him away and threw him in a vat of amber. And then there's like a goat man, which I guess is from the Clone Wars show.
Yeah.
There was some people saying there was a guy who looks like Mace Windu, and he kind of does, but I pray to God that's not actually Mace Windu, because that's super stupid if it is.
If it was, that's the cameo.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson cameo is right there. He's in amber.
And Ewan McGregor just walk right, or Obi-Wan Kenobi just walk right past him and didn't even recognize him.
You.
It's great. But awesome. Okay, so I think that's about all we could say for episode 4.
Yeah, I just hopefully the next episode's a better quality, or at least go somewhere, or
hopefully
not comedy of the year.
Yeah, maybe it'll be even funnier.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a Lola themed episode.
Yes, we'll get Lola's
backstory.
I
mean,
they put the evil programming. It's like Chucky.
Yeah, exactly. It's got that Sith programming now.
Yes.
It's well, at the very beginning where it shows like all the different characters of Star Wars, the Star Wars logo thing they have at the beginning. One of them is Lola.
Oh jeez.
So
I can't imagine Lola being a popular character enough to be like people are just like
how is
hammering for Lola.
Lola content.
Yeah, because Lola's like a punk ass bitch. Because literally Lola comes out of there and just gets grabbed and thrown on the ground, or like, how many times Lola got destroyed at this point?
Yeah, Lola just gets taken out every episode. It's like a running gag. Yeah. But Lola's like, not even a character. It's like not anything.
It's a toy.
Yeah, basically.
A baby's toy.
It's a baby's toy. Yeah. Like it looks like one of those things from that movie Batteries Not Included.
Yeah.
The 80s or whatever, with the little UFOs or whatever. Like that's what it looks like. It's like Lola's not anything. Stop trying to make Lola a thing.
It's like I've noticed the one thing about the new Star Wars stuff since Disney came out. It's like their droid designs is just horrible.
Yeah, they are real stupid. They've been dumb since the beginning because BB-8.
Yeah, BB-8 and
the freaking soccer ball with an R2 head on it.
What's the other one that looked like it was like a lampshade of a ball?
Oh yeah, there's a lampshade. That's in like Fallen Order or something. The Cal Kestis's like sidekick or whatever looks like Wally or something.
Wally.
That's bad too. But yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. The is that Rise of Skywalker? I think had a droid that looked like a hairdryer.
Yeah, it was just a hairdryer. It was like, what droid design is this? And now it's Lola, and Lola just gets destroyed constantly.
Well, to be fair, Rise of Skywalker also had a mechanic that looked like a dick.
Yeah, that is true.
That had no hands.
Yeah, that is true.
But he's a mechanic.
Yes.
Is it Claude or something?
Yeah. Yes, that is true.
He's just a giant penis man with no limbs.
Yeah. He's your mechanic somehow. That's great.
And then the savior of the franchise, Babu Frick.
Yeah, Babu Frick.
Who's coming to the Mandalorian.
Yes.
Which I think Babu Frick programmed Lola.
Probably.
Because it turned into like had that Sith program that C-3PO had.
Yes.
Lola just turns on and her eyes are red and Babu Frick's like, hey!
Yeah.
Babu Frick should have been in this episode. He would have fit right in.
Yeah, he should have been there in the base somewhere.
Yeah. He's hiding inside the trench coat.
Yeah, exactly.
He's under that hat that Obi Wan had on.
It turns into like a JoJo episode or something.
Yeah. It might as well.
Now your stand.
Yeah, it might as well be at this point. Babu Frick stand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
I can't watch anymore.
So that's gonna be it for our review of episode 4.
Yes.
So I hope this was at least entertaining.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be back again for episode 5 and also 6 for the finale.
Yes, the finale.
Obi Wan Kenobi. So
hopefully it ends strong. That's all I could say.
It has potential. I'm still gonna hold out for those last 2 episodes. They could be really great.
Yeah, I could see. They can nail the landing pretty well, but my faith has been shaken a little bit since this episode here.
Yes.
But it could work. I guess it kind of depends on what they do in the next episode. It really depends on what happens in the next episode.
Exactly. Okay, so that's gonna do it for this review. So see you next time for episode 5.
See ya.
Bye.